Today we'll start with insectivorous plants. The name itself suggests insect vorous. Vorous is eaters. So insect eaters plants. So today we are going to discuss about plants which eat insects. Now they catch the prey which sit on the flowers or the any part of the plant. Now what happens, these plants, though they carry out photosynthesis, but they are deficient in nitrogen. That is why they require nitrogen, and it is obtained by these insects. We have 4 here in our syllabus: pitcher plant, bladderwort, Venus flytrap, and another one, sundew. We'll talk about pitcher plant, but before that, anyways, so insectivorous plants, so the characteristics are two here: they carry out photosynthesis, but they grow in nitrogen deficient swampy soil. What is swampy? गीली मिट्टी जो रहती है, दलदल type, that is called the swamp area. So they basically grow in the swampy soil, and they lack in nitrogen. Because of that, they catch and prey on insects. So in the pitcher plant, let's look at the diagram of the leaf first. Before we continue with the pitcher plant, let's have a look at the diagram of a leaf. Now here we are aware that leaf, it has two parts. One is petiole, another one is lamina, and this one is apex. Now what happens in pitcher plant, this petiole, it flattens up, थोड़ा सा और thick हो जाता है और flat हो जाता है, whereas this lamina takes a shape of a pitcher. Pitcher is any flask like structure, matka, jug like structure, and then this apex, it modifies itself as lid, ढक्कन के जैसे, उसके ऊपर cover करने की जैसे. So this pitcher plant, it modifies itself. Now what happens here, the lamina modifies into the pitcher. The petiole, it flattens up, and this takes the shape of the pitcher, and this apex, it forms as a lid. Now what happens, whenever any insect, it come and sit on the rim. Rim is the corner, जो उसके ऊपर का corner होता है glass का, किसी भी container का, that is called a rim. Whenever any insect come and sit on the rim of the pitcher, the lid suddenly closes, and that insect is trapped inside, and it falls to the bottom of the pitcher. And then the pitcher plant, it has digestive juices, and those digestive juices which are secreted by the pitcher plant, they digest the insect body. Now we read in the pitcher plant, the leaf is modified, this petiole into flattens, it flattens up. Lamina, it develops, or it changes its shape into a jug-like structure. In the apex, into the lid. Now what happens, here we have a diagram. This is called the rim. On the rim, whenever any insect come and sit here, the lid here, it closes, and the insect falls inside the pitcher plant, and is digested by the juices secreted by the pitcher plant. Next we have bladderwort. Now here bladderwort, the leaves are modified into a sac-like structure. What is a sac? Sac is enclosed space. It resembles a bag, और जैसे बोरी होती है, basically हिंदी में हम sac को बोरी बोलते हैं, but here it is enclosed space, anything which has space inside. So here it has space like structure inside, and it traps the insect. Third one we have here is Venus flytrap. Now what happens here, we know that we have a midrib here. Now in the Venus flytrap, this part of lamina plus this, they bend themselves, and they form a shell-like structure, and at the border or the margins of the lamina, here they have the tooth-like structure. So when they fold themselves, they enclose the insect which sit on it, so it gets interlocked. Just like the fingers, when we try to interlock our fingers, something similar, these margins or these tooth-like structures, they enclose themselves, they interlock themselves, and the insect which sits here, it is trapped in the this particular leaf. Now the fourth one here we have the sundew. Now the sundew plant, it is here, the figure 1.9 here, the last one. It has hair-like structure on it, and at the tip of this hair-like structure, it is gluey mucilage. Now mucilage also means gelatinous, sticky-like structure. So when we say gluey and mucilage, they almost means same. Gluey, chapakne wala, which sticks. So a gelatinous like structure which sticks. So whenever any insect come and sit on these gelatinous sticky structure, they are trapped here and they are digested by this plant. Now this sundew plants, they are the most common carnivorous plants which are found everywhere except Antarctica. Sometimes this comes in the form of phyllops. Now we'll start with the vegetative propagation in leaf. Now what do we understand by the vegetative propagation? Propagation means to give birth to offsprings. Vegetative, when you talk about a plant of the plant, root, stem, leaf, all are your vegetative. That means they can grow itself into a new offspring. So when we say vegetative, we include leaves, stem, roots. So root system and shoot system all are included under vegetative. Now propagation means cloning or giving birth to new offsprings. जब एक पेड़ नया पेड़ को जब जन्म देता है या फिर we get a new plant from the original plant, that is your vegetative propagation. Now generally we are aware that the seed, when it germinates, we get a plant. When it germinates, it sprouts, and then we get a sapling and then the plant. But when we do not have a seed, but the offspring or the new plant is born from the original plant, or the asexual plant reproduction is called vegetative propagation. Now we have one common example which can be seen in our houses, that is your bryophyllum. Now this is a leaf shown of bryophyllum plant. Now at the margin we can see the new plant which are growing at the margin, and when it's this new bud, when it's fall off from this leaf and falls on to the soil, it gives birth to the new plant. Now for vegetative propagation, we have many other ways: cutting, grafting, tubers, layering. Now layering is another example. We have money plant in our house. Now again, if the stem of the money plant, it touches the ground, it gives rise to the new plant, and if you break it from there, you can grow it in another pot also. So here we complete the chapter, and in the next class we'll do the activities.